Here we've got the Brawler Hicks. Oh my goodness. Daryl, yes. Daryl actually is a very, very solid brawler since he recently got some buff. I would have been surprised if we didn't see Gene. He's so good. With that Spirit Slap, he just charges up his super, and, you know, from then on, he gets additional damage. And, I mean, he's a super solid option.
I'm noticing that a lot of these brawlers are picking those survivability star powers. We get the steel hoops for each of the Daryls, a band-aid to give Shelly basically a second health bar, and even to Capo for our Poco here, charging out into the center to get the first gem.
Yeah, this is going to be crazy here. So we've got Space Station Gaming down on the bottom in blue. Then we got 3Bears on red. The crowd is rooting for 3Bears. It looks like 3Bears already has that center control. And Rosa goes in there. Wow.
An early stab, but no reward, and that's going to force a retreat from 3Bears. They're going to have to pull on back so that they can get their tank in front. That's going to tie things up and let Space Station gain the lead.
That Daryl play right there, he fell back, was able to actually take out the enemy Daryl, and now it's 3-3. Super close. Some Rosa action going on there. And Daryl, those offensive Daryls are just crazy.
Massive punish from 3Bears as that Daryl rolls into a place between a rock and a hard place. Shut down, and they will tie things back up again at 4-4 gems apiece. Remember, it's the first team to 10 gems that holds it for 15 seconds will win. Hold on, we're about to lose our Poco on the top left. Daryl rolls out, though, and Poco survives.
He survives. Akile was able to use that clutch super, pull somebody in there, and take them out. When it's a 2v3, right now it's a 2v3, and that makes it very difficult for Space Station Gaming. They have to kind of wait for that to open up for their teammate to respawn before they can do anything. But Akile pulls the super, makes it a 2v3 on with their favor.
Space Station's behind a little bit now, and they really need to get that super back up for Gene. They need to get a clutch pull and take down this Rosa. That could be it. Ties it back up, 6 and 7. But 3Bears with the counterattack. They'll hold the mid as the train goes through.
Daryl was able to go back in there and grab those gems and get back out, and now it is super close. Rosa is just pushing them back a little bit. Akile is able to grab a couple.
Red team countdown!
Heal. They've got the countdown. Daryl goes in. Is it going to be enough? No, it is not. But Akile grabs Nice Bear. He rolls away. Oh my goodness, cannot believe this.
Momentum swinging back and forth like a pendulum, but the train will protect the 3Bears. They'll take their first win and gem grab.
Wow, that is absolutely crazy. High DPS or high HP brawlers there, and Daryl is obviously that with the steel hoops is just such a good one. Like we said, Sandy earlier, Sandy has an incredibly high win rate. In fact, the highest win rate above 700 trophies for each individual brawler. And so it's going to be interesting.
And picks that healing wins too. Another nice little survivability boost. Rosa choosing plant life, as you noticed before. She can stay alive so long, and even when she goes far down, she just hops into a bush and heals up real quick. Let's see who grabs the first gem, Kairos.
It's going to be, oh man, they had to fall back right there. Aquile's trying to get in there. Coup de Ace, it's going to be really important for Coup de Ace to, as Sandy, to charge up his super here pretty quickly. I don't even know if he has hit. Okay, there he's got a couple of hits there. But Angel, as Rosa, is playing incredibly aggressive. So aggressive, in fact, that he's pushed them back so much. Wow. Look at that. We got that trainer. He is stuck in between a rock and a hard place there.
He sure is, but 3Bears are going to hold on to the gym lead right now. They got a tactical advantage early on, but almost had a big strategic mishap. Daryl rolling in against that Pokeball, wasn't able to finish him off, and that is going to be massive pressure from the 3Bears, pushing far deep into the spawn zone for Space Station Gaming.
Double aggro pushes right there with Daryl and Rosa. They can't even, Poco's just dancing over there. He's just saying, hey, look at these gems here. I think I'm going to take some. But,
solo guitar from the mariachi. Madness in the center of the arena as he holds onto that gem mine. The train moving through once again gives him a little bit more cover. Can he grab that 6th gem? No, he'll retreat.
Okay, so it looks like Rosa, despite the Sandy super being down there, decides to go in for it, and they're still alive. I cannot believe this. This is absolutely crazy. Angel does end up falling. Nice Bear goes in for the push to try and take out Coup de Ace, and he's able to do that.
The train obliterates Dang Hoon, and Daryl is down for the count. This is an easy game, but will he tie to super? No! Poco is back in action. All 10 gems for the red team. Can they hold them for the first set win?
Dang Hoon tries to go in there to do something, but Nice Bear is ready there as the shield, keeping them pushed back. Coup de Ace throws out the super. This is the best place for him to do it. He's got 4 gems. They've got to stop the countdown right here.
Poco is down!
Wow!
Double kill! Triple!
They're able to grab it, but Nice Bear is not able to finish it off. But that train, he cannot get past that train right there.
Space Station on the retreat, but they can't make it back! Rosa survives! 14 gems for the plant-based tank. She'll move back behind her safe line, and she is gonna hold on for 5 seconds left.
Oh, Akile tries to throw out that super, but it's just a little too short, and 3Bears wins this first set of gem grab. Wow, that has got to be heartbreaking for Space. Sunrico. Okay, here we go. BB batting stance. We've got Tang Hoon playing Jean this time. Steel Hoops with Daryl over on Space Station Gaming. And Poco and Takapo over on the 3Bears. This is going to be interesting. It seems like the 3Bears really like to go with those tanky comps with the Poco to help support them. That's a very popular top tier strategy. And they're definitely going to be using that right here.
The clutch moment you're going to have to watch for here is whether or not Space Station's Jean can get the pull on that Poco. If that happens, it might be an easy 3-man wipe after that, but it's not going to be an easy way to take him down.
Yeah, what's going to happen here, Angel's going to have to focus on taking out Akile. Oh, let's see here. Yep, Akile's, as Shelly, his main goal is...
Oh, the pull on Poco! He's down for the count. It's a 3-1 right now.
This is a really tricky situation. Akile has his super charged up. He can open that up right there to make it very easy for them to go in. He's able to take out Nice Bear.
Shelly with a massive hit.
Oh, no. They do a very solid job of defending right there, and Tang Hoon just has a very tiny bit of HP, but he gets taken out. Akile's the only defense here. Is he going to be able to do it? He supers, takes out Angel pretty easily, and uses that on El Primo as well.
El Primo is the only brawler for 3Bears that can bust up these barriers, and so without any ability to punish, it seems like that left side poke is not going to result in a goal.
El Primo is doing an amazing job at keeping the aggro there so that his teammates can actually get some time to come back down there, and it looks like we're a little bit of a tie at the moment. Right back in the center, it's like the game never even started.
Well, we've got a lot of ability to bust boxes on the blue side as well. That super from Shelly can deal a massive amount of damage, but there's a lot to right here.
Look at that super!
Baby super!
Wow.
3Bears for the goal.
Moding, pulling in that clutch super, able to take out 2 players is what really made that happen for them. They've got to be really careful here. Akile's able... Wow, look at this. Daryl rolls up. Is he going to be able to make it in there?
Supers back to back. Shelly is obliterating the competition.
She opens it up, but they are not able to make it in there. Nice Bear has his super. He throws it in there. He supers it, kicks it to the corner, and makes another solid victory for this match. Holy cow, that is crazy. Look at that gameplay, that teamwork between each of them. They did not skip a single beat there. 3Bears goals. And but they might be going for a long time strategy. But you know what? They're sticking with Shelly. They're sticking with, they're actually going with Rosa and Poco. They're adapting, Space Station Gaming is adapting their strategy to make sure they actually have a really tanky comp. And this is going to be interesting to see how Carl does with Protective Pirouette by Moding. Moding did such a good job that last match. And we'll see what happens. The capo from Poco is just so solid. It got that recent buff, and in 3v3 matches, it is just absolutely insane. So let's see here. They're trying to grab a little bit of the control right here. They're not focusing on the ball. They're just trying to focus on dealing some damage. And look at that, Moding right there. Goes in there, uses his super. Tang Hoon heals up Coup to Ace, and they're able to take Carl out.
All 3 brawlers still alive for Space Station, and this is a crucial moment for them to make a stab in there. Does Shelly have her super to knock down some of these walls?
Looks like she does not know, but Coup Ace does have his super. He's going to kick it. Is he able to make it in there? And Akile blows it all open, so they're able to walk that in. This is the comeback. This is
down the walls, and they come crumbling down. Space Station Gaming cannot catch a break as the 3Bears are holding on. Can Space Station get that second goal that they need to tie the series up?
Coup is trying to go in there. Is he able? He's dealing tons of damage. He's got his super. Is he? And he's healing up in the bush. He's going so aggressive. Akile goes in there, kicks it in, and gets that goal. Such an epic victory. Now is the time. This is
leaves only the El Primo and Shelly pick as the difference here. What do you think is going to be the crucial interaction between those brawlers?
If it comes down to a 1v1 in Shelly versus El Primo, Shelly wins.
Okay.
But what's really going to matter here is how their team ends up playing together to make sure that Shelly can counter El Primo or for El Primo to stay away from Shelly. Now we got Nice Bear over there. He sees that Shelly's over there, so what does he do? He goes to the opposite side. He's going away from El Primo, so the Rosa can kind of focus on Shelly there.
Rosa deals splash damage. She takes down the El Primo, and she's about to finish off that Poco as well. Stabbing deep into the enemy base, and only one red Brawler's alive. The 3Bears are sent home crying.
They've got to defend right here. We'll see. El Primo's still alive. He uses his super, goes up onto Tang Hoon, but Tang Hoon heals up. He is going, he's walking in there, and that is that goal. Space Station Gaming is coming. The reverse sweep right here. Let's see what happens.
Not enough damage to repel the Rosa, and a walk through the bushes gets her directly where she wants to go. She's going to kick it up again, over to the left side. Can Shelly grab the ball? It might be an easy goal. Here we go. Akil takes the second set for Space Station Gaming.
Look at that. They take the second set. They lost the first set. It is a 1-1 tie in essence. And next we're going to be playing in Heist, where both players claim to be one of their best game modes, if not the best game mode for this. This is going to be really intense to see.
A very similar matchup. The only difference I spy is that Daryl from Tang Hoon Space Station has chosen Steel Hoops for a little bit of added survivability, while the 3Bears have picked Rolling Reload, giving a little bit of a quicker fire for their Daryl.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. That Rolling Reload is really going to come into play only if he's able to get onto the safe. If he's able to do that, well, look at that right there. Nice Bear pushing Tang Hoon. Tang Hoon is down. Coup to Ace is about to get. We got split damage on both sides. Almost a race. Except we got Space Station Gaming there's able to pull off a really good defense, while Akile is dealing a ton of damage to the enemy save safely and runs away, staying alive for his teammates to actually catch up to him.
Advantage here for Space Station Gaming as they've done more damage to the enemy save and are now at a 3-2 advantage, pushing into their opponents once again. They're going to let that bull run as they make their way onto that safe, busting it up. Daryl rolls in for some massive damage, but it is shot after shot. A race for the ages.
Look at
Nice Bear for the last shot. A 1% advantage. 3Bears take the win.
What? That is absolutely crazy. We were having a conversation before today talking about how often a base race actually happens in competitive Heist, and I told you it doesn't happen very often.
Super with Bull, you can charge pretty much halfway across the map. Daryl has a similar advantage with his roll. It's just that knockback from BB that's going to try to play a little bit of defense here.
Okay, now it looks like Tang Hoon, they are doing the base race.
No.
Look at this. They are doing it again. Angel with a higher DPS than Bull as Akile, but Coup to Ace and Akile, it's a two players on the save. This is absolutely crazy. 40 and 30%.
Firing
Look
back
at
to back to back. Angel is rolling through that safe. The swings from the 3Bears are gonna do it again. Taking the third set, and they are up 2-1 in this match.
Look at that. I can't even believe this. This is absolutely insane. They've got so much damage. They're just with Poco, Rosa, and Daryl, if played right, is so good. I've been on the playing end of this. I've been on the receiving end of it. It is so hard to stop if you do not have the right brawlers to counter it. And Space Station Gaming does not have the right brawlers to counter this.
Not good news for Space Station. They can deal a lot of damage, but that gene pull is really only going to be useful against Poco. They can dish it out, but can they take it? They got some really squishy brawlers on their side of the map, and they're going to need to be super careful about getting steamrolled by double tanks from 3Bears.
Tang Hoon is doing a really good job at kind of pushing them back, keeping them, making some room so that they can actually pick up that first star. And Akile gets into a tricky situation, but Nice Bear, look at Nice Bear. That positioning is so scary for them. He goes in. Is he going to be able to take it against 3 players? No, actually, he goes in, tries to run away. Coup to Ace pulls him over, and they finish him off. This is going to be tricky for 3Bears to actually come back from.
Yeah, a scary start for the 3Bears. They have a nice comp here, but they got to be able to leverage it for the victory. They are able to take out that Piper, and all of a sudden it's looking a lot closer. 3-2 advantage still for Space Station, but the roll in there from Daryl popped her down. Now the lead is on the 3Bears. Brawlers.
Okay, look at that there. Tang Hoon is in a good spot right there. And it looks like Space Station Gaming was able to snag a kill, and it is going back and forth between each team right here. Cooped Ace is trying to just keep moding push back, and he's able to. They're a 5-4 advantage, so all they really need to do is just kind of keep their control right there, but Nice Dark, he's just waiting.
Meanwhile, this Daryl has to be really close. With 4 stars above his head, he cannot die, or it's going to be a big swing in the advantage of Space Station Gaming. He gets the pull, rolls in, takes a few shots, but he'll be back at it. Another pull, and he's down! Space Station Gaming with a massive lead.
Man, this Tang Hoon is doing such a good job at controlling the field, and despite 3Bears having so much HP, it's not able to keep a Nice Bear away because
Here
of
comes
those
the collapse.
pulls.
They all charge in. Gene is down. Piper's out for the count. Punched out, and that's a tie. 9-9.
Let's see right here. It looks like 3Bears is able to get the advantage right here. He's
But they're
coming
being
up
squeezed,
left.
pushed back.
11,
Another
13.
team pull. She's down. 3Bears in the lead, but they cannot hold
Space
on.
Station Gaming's able to grab that and barely misses. 3Bears barely missed that victory right there. That is with Ambush on the 3Bears team versus Piper with Snappy sniping on Space Station Gaming.
New star power making its appearance for Space Station. I know that you mentioned before we started casting that you thought Snappy sniping might have a bit of an edge here if you can land those tough shots, and it's often the pro players who have the best aim. But there is a damage advantage in playing ambush if the 3Bears are able to keep their defenses strong. They might be the ones to grab the win.
You know, where this map has a lot of bushes, I think I would rather go with Ambush most of the time. But we'll see. I was wrong last time, and there's a good chance I could be wrong this time as well. But it looks like they're just trying to do a little bit of control. Moding there is thinking about going for the star, but he knows that Akile there is Pipe is just waiting for the right moment to throw out those shots. Akile there is able to do some damage, and unfortunately they miss. Nice Bear with 101 HP, just one shot away from getting taken down.
Oh, and on the right!
They take each other out with those Carl Supers.
But an advantage for the 3Bears. Technically, the 3Bears died first. That means that they got the 3rd star from taking out the Space Station Gaming, Carl.
And that does give them that advantage and that control right here.
And also when they respawn, they only have 2 stars, so he gets an advantage
Look
without
at
giving
that.
up 1.
Moding there, hitting those shots, dealing so much damage. Tang Hoon has to fall back, and now she drops the super to open it up, giving 3Bears a massive field advantage here.
Wow. Tang Hoon on the right side up against his opponent Carl, but he wasn't able to get an advantage previously, just trying to push them back so that they can get another little inch up in here. They really want to deny Bush access to that enemy Piper since she gets a little bit of a bonus from her star power, but ahead by 6 stars right now, 3Bears is happy to play defense for a while.
They're in a really tricky situation here, or at least Space Station Gaming is, because I think what's going to happen here is Cooped Ace really has to land this super. But if Nice Bear lands his super, it's going to be game over for Space Station Gaming.
All right, only 20 seconds left, and Space Station Gaming is not able to find an inroad yet. They've been taking chip shots here and there. Hold on, we get a cheap pull. Takes him down, and that's another couple stars.
But it is not enough. They
not
have
over yet, but they have the 3-2 advantage. Can they push in and find another kill somewhere?
Oh no! 3Bears able to grab kill after kill after kill. 15-4, and now we are 1-1 for both teams here in Bounty. From the X range deals an additional 800 damage, and that can be enough to really make a huge difference.
Gene can also get a little bit of additional chip damage in there to boost up. So with Ambush and maybe a few chip shots from Gene, that's often enough to take out some of those weaker brawlers. Carl, of course, can provide a little bit more tanking and has some nice mobility with that super when he gets it charged up. But with them both kind of isolated over on the right side of the map, it seems more like the Genes and the Pipers are taking care of the action here.
Yeah, it's coming down to Carl v. Carl, Piper v. Piper, and Gene v. Gene. So this really is coming down to skill here. However, Space Station Gaming does have that 1st star, so they're able to be a little bit more calm and relaxed. And you can see Cooped Ace trying to, just keep people pushed back. And now the 3Bears are actually focusing on a center push to try and make it a 3v2, where Cooped Ace is kind of pushed out there, but it looks like they actually reverted. So we'll see what happens here. Akile is really low on HP. He has to fall back to heal up. And we got both Carls just unloading shot after shot after shot.
Ooh, a risky play here from Piper. She'll be able to pop down some of those defensive barriers that Space Station Gaming was using. She'll survive as she retreats out, but that Gene is looking really low up on top. 3Bears going to have to pull back, and not at a time when they really have an opportunity to do that. They're down right now, the star, and need to get a kill. Less than a minute to pull it off.
This is really close right here. Obviously, it's just 1-0, but Space Station Gaming does have that 1-star advantage, and that can be all you need to have to win this match. And so it's going to come down to them having that control.
Oh,
looks
nice
like
shot
Piper's
from
able
Piper.
Wow. Both teams end up falling back, though. Coup d'Ace heals up, and we also have Piper on 3Bears' team healing up as well. Nice Bears flashing that super, giving them a warning shot, saying, hey, I'm here. Don't forget about me.
Some nice shots up on top from Piper, but still not able to connect, and the 3Bears are really running short on time. We're going to need to see a charge in here from one of their Carls. Preferably the 3Bears. Hold on! The pull is good! Gene goes down! Piper goes down!
Piper.
The shots are coming back to back to back, and the 3Bears are in the lead!
Look at that, they were able to get that Carl over there as well, and Coup d'Ace tries to deal some damage. Achilles able to get some kills, but it looks like Nice Bear takes Coup d'Ace out as well, and they lose space. 3Bears moving on to the next match, the semifinals tomorrow. Absolutely crazy, some very skilled gameplay. It wasn't, I mean, that was really close right there. That last match, I cannot even believe that. They had that 1-star advantage the entire time.
Space Station Gaming sent out to orbit as the 3Bears are grounded and advancing, walking through the forest to the semi-final match. The hometown favorites are getting lots of cheers from the crowd, and we could not have asked for a better match one.
That was absolutely fantastic. So much intense gameplay. 3Bears, I have got to say, they had some incredible teamwork in all of the modes. Really, they did. And it came down to those team plays. One person does something, another team does something to help support that. And it really came down to those team gameplay moments.
So dominant in gem grab, so dominant in heist. 2-0 victories in both of those sets. It really did come down to a very close match in Brawl Ball and in Bounty, where they weren't always ahead, but when it came down to it at the very end, they knew what they had to do. Perfect synergy the whole time, and they cleaned up against Space Station Gaming.
You know, I will say, Space Station Gaming still did an absolutely incredible job. They made some fantastic plays, and it doesn't matter if you didn't make it to the finals. They definitely came home with some, just knowing that they were really excellent players.
Yeah, a lot to be proud of. And if you're a fan of Space Station Gaming, don't forget that they still have a team competing. Space Station Gaming Brazil is going to be coming up shortly. We'll see if they'll be the heroes to advance to the semis.
That's going to be interesting. They're going to be playing against Tribe Gaming, who's known as one of the more popular teams here